Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily and I really love to paint. This video is going to be a little different. I'm actually painting two portraits, but I'm approaching them entirely differently from one another. In the first portrait you'll see me working on, I pre-mix my flesh and shadow tones for the different planes of the face. This is something I haven't done since art school, and this was a step that some of my painting professors thought to be crucial in painting a good portrait. The second painting in this video, which you'll see a little bit later, will be the palette setup I normally go for, with my colors all set up on one side, with nothing pre-mixed. And from there, I just mix as I go. For now, let's go back to the first painting here. The reference I'm using here I purchased from Robert Liberace's studio. He is an incredible portrait painter and he offers some really wonderful references for sale on his website. I will be sure to have it linked in the description if you are interested as well. Okay, so for this first painting, you're gonna see me start to go in with paint. I did do a little initial sketch in a red Coal Erase pencil. But from there I do like to do a rough painted sketch with an umber. So here I'm going in with the darkest parts with my pre-mixed shadow colors. I do want to talk about the process of pre-mixing your paints for a portrait, and I will go more into this throughout the video. So while I was painting, I was really struggling getting the proper structure of the face. The likeness just wasn't there and the proportions seemed a little off, so I decided to do a quick sketch in my sketchbook to get a better grasp of the structures of the face. If you're planning on trying this painting method, it's important in most cases to have 3 flesh tones mixed with slight hue variations. You're going to want one that leans more yellow, one that appears a bit redder, and one that leans slightly more green or blue. These are going to be for the different color fields of the face. If you don't know what these color fields are, I'll explain. It's the way in which the portrait can be split up into 3 zones. The forehead, the cheeks, nose, and ears are the second zone, and the third is the jaw and chin. The forehead often appears to be more yellow in hue when compared to the other zones of the face. The center zone is almost always more red as there's more blood in the nose and the cheeks, and if you've seen any of my work, you know I love a good red ear. The chin and jaw usually lean more green, blue, or purple. This is because these parts of the face are often more in shadow. Okay, so switching gears here, I really wanted to take a break from the other painting, and I wanted to paint in a way that was more familiar to me. So I set up a basic primary palette on the left there, just a titanium white, a cadmium yellow, cad red light, and ultramarine blue, an ivory black, maybe raw umber. These are the colors I started out with, and I think I maybe added a few more later on, maybe a yellow ochre, maybe an olive green. but overall I tried to keep the palette pretty simple. So this is my preferred method of painting. It's the way I always go about a painting. I like to have the colors right out of the tube on my palette and then have to make all of the color mixing choices while I'm painting. This keeps my head in the right headspace. I feel like it really keeps me from being lazy during painting. You have to pay attention to the very subtle changes in hue and value. It sort of always keeps you on your toes, and that's how I like to work. The photo I'm working from here I found on a artist reference group chat that I'm a part of. I really loved how different it was from the reference I'm using for the pre-mixed painting. Where that one felt classical to me, this one felt contemporary. So I wanted this painting to be basically everything that the other painting isn't. I wanted to have a lot more fun with my color choices. I wanted to pay attention to complementary colors. I wanted to pay attention to my brush strokes, the placements of them, have fun with that. You know, I think in this piece edges were very important to me, as they usually are in my work. Which edges are soft and which edges are more crisp. I think all of these aspects make a good painting in my mind, and I seem to have let those ideas go while working on the pre-mixed palette painting for some reason. As you can see, I wiped away the face on this portrait to give it another go. I once again made my color mixes, and then I went back in with a loose raw umber sketch. So I do just want to go back and talk about some of the issues I was having while using this pre-mixed palette and why I think it's just not for me. I think my problem with starting with a pre-mixed palette was that I was in the wrong headspace while painting. I wasn't paying close enough attention to value and subtle color shifts, but I also found that I made less exciting decisions in the painting, and what I mean by this is that because I was relying on these colors that were already there and easy to pick up on my brush, I wasn't ever making bold choices when it came to color, and I think it's these small exciting moments in a painting that make me really love the process. So as it stands, I think I'll stick to mixing my paints as I go, though I could see myself doing a combination of the two methods in the future. Let me know down below which palette setup you prefer and which of the two painted portraits you like better. I'd really love to know. Thanks so much for watching. If you like the video, you can give it a like, and if you want to see more, you can subscribe if you want to. See you next time. Bye.